Now to a story you'll only see on NBC 10 Responds this evening, protecting your financial information from card skimmers.
Your debit card is connected directly to your actual money, not a credit line, not a borrowed balance. Your real money sitting in your real bank account, available to disappear in seconds if the wrong person gets the right information. Scammers know this. Right now, they are running 10 specific debit card scams, quietly emptying accounts across the country, targeting seniors above everyone else because they have studied exactly which techniques land hardest and on whom. Here are all 10, how each one works, and what to do so your money stays exactly where it belongs. Let's go. Number 10. The card skimmer scam. You insert your debit card into an ATM, punch in your PIN, and go about your day completely unaware that someone you will never meet just captured everything they need to drain your account. Card skimmers are physical devices criminals attach to ATMs, gas pumps, and retail payment terminals. They sit directly on top of the real card reader and are often designed to look completely identical to the machine underneath. The skimmer reads your card's magnetic stripe data as you insert it. A hidden camera or a fake keypad overlay captures your PIN at the same time. The criminal retrieves the device later and clones your card. Gas stations are currently the most common location. The pumps sit in low visibility areas, the card readers are rarely checked between service cycles, and installing a skimmer takes under 30 seconds. Before you insert your card anywhere, give the reader a firm tug. A real reader is bolted in place. A skimmer will shift or pop off. At gas stations, check whether the security seal on the pump cabinet door is intact. If the sticker is broken or peeled, someone has been inside that pump. The safest move at any gas station is to pay inside rather than at the pump. It takes 60 extra seconds and eliminates the skimmer risk entirely. If you do use the pump, paying with a credit card gives you a dispute process that debit cards do not offer. But honestly, paying inside is the cleanest answer. If your ATM transaction fails or the machine behaves strangely after you insert your card, call your bank immediately to freeze the card before you walk away. Do not wait until you get home. Make the call right there at the machine. Skimmers require a criminal to physically touch your machine. Scam number 9 requires nothing except your phone number and your willingness to pick up, and it is one of the fastest growing debit scams in the country right now. Number 9. The bank fraud alert impersonation scam. Your phone rings. The caller ID matches your bank's official customer service number exactly. A fraud specialist explains there has been suspicious activity on your debit card. Did you make a purchase in another state? No? Good, they are reversing it right now. They just need to verify your identity first. But before you provide a single digit, you must understand the invisible technology making this deception possible, a fundamental flaw in the global telecom network that criminals exploit from thousands of miles away. We will uncover exactly how they manipulate that system in a moment, but first, look at the trap itself. They ask you to confirm your card number, PIN, or the one-time verification code that just arrived on your phone. You comply because the number on your screen matched the bank and you are trying to protect your money. This reaction is engineered. Scammers rely on an amygdala hijack. By simulating an immediate financial emergency, they force your brain to bypass logical scrutiny and default to panic. You are no longer analyzing the situation. You are scrambling to stop a perceived threat. The number was faked. Caller ID spoofing costs almost nothing and lets criminals display any number they want, including your bank's official fraud hotline. The telecom protocols handling voice calls were designed decades ago with inherent trust. The core issue stems from outdated infrastructure like the SS7 protocol. These legacy systems operate on blind acceptance. When a foreign carrier sends a signal claiming to be your bank's local number, your domestic provider accepts that routing data without demanding cryptographic proof. Criminals use standard voice over Internet Protocol software to manually type the exact digits of your bank into the outgoing caller ID field. The phone carrier pushes it to your screen. It takes seconds. The one-time code request is especially dangerous. Scammers trigger the login process themselves and then call you to collect the code, bypassing two-factor authentication entirely. Your bank will never call and ask for your PIN. That is a permanent rule with no exceptions. If you receive this call and are uncertain, hang up and call the bank back using the number printed on the back of your physical card. Not a number the caller provides, the number on the card. If you suspect you already made this mistake, you must act immediately. Hang up. Call your bank using the card's back number and demand a total account freeze. Change your online banking password from a secure device and instruct the fraud department to invalidate all active login sessions. Time is the only metric that matters once credentials leak. Every wasted minute allows them to initiate irreversible wire transfers. The same logic applies to any caller claiming to be from your bank who wants you to confirm your full card number, your account number, your social security number, or any one-time verification code. Banks do not verify your identity by asking you to repeat back the exact credentials that would grant someone access. They verify through questions about your account history or through their own secure systems. Any caller doing the former is not from your bank. That scam spoofs your bank's phone number. But what happens when the caller ID is irrelevant because you initiated the contact? What happens when the vault looks impenetrable, but the foundation is a complete illusion? Scam number 8 goes further. It spoofs your bank's entire website, and by the time you realize you are on the wrong page, your login credentials are already gone. Number 8. The fake bank website scam. The transition from voice manipulation to visual deception requires an entirely different defense strategy. You will need to rethink every piece of digital trust you currently hold. You receive a text saying your account has been locked due to suspicious activity. There is a link to verify your information. The website that loads looks exactly like your bank's real site. Right logo, right layout, right colors. You log in. Nothing seems to happen. The page freezes. A spinning loading wheel appears. You assume it is a network glitch. What happened is that you just submitted your real username and password to a fake page built specifically to harvest them. The criminals received your credentials the moment you hit enter and are now logged into your actual account. This operation runs on automated scripts. The moment your data hits their rogue server, a bot instantly tests those credentials against the legitimate bank website. If the credentials work, the script begins draining funds, setting up wire transfers, or altering your recovery email address so you cannot regain access. Human hands never touch the keyboard. The theft occurs in milliseconds. These phishing sites can duplicate a bank's entire website in hours. The domain name looks almost right, a hyphen added, a letter swapped, a .com changed to .net. At a glance, it passes. Criminals utilize cloning tools that scrape the HTML, CSS, and image assets of legitimate institutions in seconds. But the true danger lies in homograph attacks. Scammers register domain names using characters from the Cyrillic alphabet that look mathematically identical to English letters. An A in English looks exactly like an A in Cyrillic, but your browser reads them as entirely different destinations. You could stare directly at the address bar, read the exact name of your bank, and still be on a server hosted continents away. The fix is one habit. Never click a link in a text or email to access your bank account. Open your browser, type the address yourself, and log in from there. If something is genuinely wrong, it will appear when you arrive. If the account looks normal, the text was fake. Also check the address bar before entering any credentials. If the domain looks even slightly off, close the tab. Relying on human eyesight to spot domain anomalies is a losing strategy. The ultimate technical failsafe against this specific attack is a dedicated password manager. Password managers do not read web design. They read underlying code and strict URL parameters. If you land on a cloned site that looks visually flawless, your password manager will outright refuse to autofill your credentials. It recognizes the domain mismatch instantly. When your software refuses to fill the blanks, treat it as a blaring alarm. A particularly useful tool is bookmarking your bank's official website and accessing it exclusively through that saved bookmark. That way, you are never trusting a link from a third party and you always know you arrived at the right address. It sounds like a small thing, but it closes one of the most common entry points scammers use entirely. If this is making you want to review your own bank security settings, do that, and subscribe before you go so you never miss a breakdown like this one. We publish these every week. That scam fakes a website. Scam number 7 fakes an entire government agency, and it specifically targets seniors on fixed incomes because the scammers know exactly which threat produces the fastest panic. Number 7. The Social Security suspension scam. The caller says they are from the Social Security Administration. Your social security number has been suspended due to suspicious activity, possibly connected to criminal activity. If you do not resolve this immediately, your benefits will be cut off and a warrant will be issued for your arrest. Then they offer a solution. To protect your social security number and clear the issue, you need to transfer your savings to a secure government account, or purchase gift cards and provide the codes or wire funds to a holding account while the matter is investigated. Act immediately, the warrant is already being processed. None of this is real. The Social Security Administration does not suspend Social Security numbers. It does not call people threatening arrest. It does not accept payments over the phone in any form. The agency communicates primarily by mail. The FTC has documented this as one of the top fraud complaints targeting seniors for years running. If you receive this call, hang up immediately. If you want to verify your actual Social Security account status, call the administration directly at 1-800-77-21213, which is the official number. It is also worth knowing that the IRS scam operates on identical mechanics. Callers claim your taxes are overdue and a warrant is pending. Same threat, same payment demand, same irreversible methods. If you receive a scary call claiming to be from any government agency asking for immediate payment, the answer is always the same. Hang up and call the agency yourself using an independently verified number. When these scams succeed, the money almost always moves via debit card. Victims withdraw cash from ATMs, load prepaid cards, or deposit funds into Bitcoin ATMs under instruction from the caller. All of those methods are essentially irreversible. That scam impersonates a government agency. Scam number 6 impersonates someone you actually love, and modern technology has made it so convincing that even people who know about the scam have still fallen for it. Number 6, the grandparent scam. Your phone rings and the voice sounds like your grandchild. They are in trouble, an accident, an arrest, something urgent. They do not want their parents to know. Can you help? A second person comes on the line, a lawyer, a bail bondsman, an officer. They explain calmly that to resolve the situation today, you need to send money. Wire it, hand it to a courier, or load it onto a prepaid card. Scammers research names and details from social media before calling. They know your grandchild's name, city, and sometimes which school they attend. Some versions now use artificial intelligence to clone the actual voice of your grandchild from a few seconds of audio pulled from a public video. You are not imagining that it sounds like them. Before you do anything, hang up and call your grandchild directly using their number already in your phone. Not a number the caller provides, their actual number. If they answer and have no idea what you are talking about, you just confirmed it was a scam. Before you do anything, hang up and call your grandchild directly using their number already in your phone. Not a number the caller provides, their actual number. If they answer and have no idea what you're talking about, you just confirmed it was a scam. A family code word is one of the best defenses against this scam, a specific phrase only family members know that you can ask for on any suspicious call. A real family member will know it instantly. A scammer will not. It is also worth having a direct, calm conversation with older family members about this scam before it ever happens. The people who fall for it are not careless, they are loving. The scam works because it exploits that. Knowing the technique in advance is the most effective way to break its hold in the moment, because panic is a lot easier to manage when you have already been told what the panic is supposed to feel like. Share this video with a senior in your family or your life. These scams are designed specifically for people who are not expecting them, and a heads up before it happens is worth considerably more than support after it does. The grandparent scam exploits love for your family. Scam number 5 exploits something different, your basic sense of honesty, and it specifically targets people who are just trying to do the right thing. Number 5, the overpayment scam. You sell something online, the buyer sends a payment that is significantly more than the agreed price. They explain it was a mistake, or the extra covers a shipping fee. They ask you to deposit it, keep your amount, and send the overpayment back via wire transfer, Zelle, Venmo, or a gift card. You do it because it seems like the honest thing to do. Then the original payment bounces. The check was fake. The transfer reverses. The money you sent is gone, and you are now out both the item you sold and whatever you forwarded. Banks are required to make deposited funds available before a check fully clears. You see the money, it looks real, and you act on it. But a fraudulent check can take 2 weeks to bounce, plenty of time for you to forward the overpayment and for the scammer to vanish. The rule: never send money back to a buyer who overpaid you before the original payment is completely and verifiably settled, which means cleared, not just available. Any buyer who insists on the overpayment method and applies time pressure is running the scam. It is worth knowing that this scam also appears in rental situations. A fraudulent prospective tenant sends a check for more than the deposit and asks you to wire back the difference. Same mechanics, same fake check, same irreversible loss. The rental version tends to target older landlords specifically because they are more likely to accept personal checks and less likely to be familiar with the scam. The overpayment scam catches you trying to be fair. Scam number 4 catches you at your own ATM, using a technique so quick that most victims do not notice anything happened until they check their balance hours later. Number 4. The ATM shoulder surfing and card trap scam. You approach an ATM. Someone nearby seems to be waiting. Nothing unusual about that. What is actually happening is called shoulder surfing. They are memorizing your PIN as you type. They may be using a small mirror, a phone camera, or just a well-practiced casual glance from an angle you would not think to block. In some versions, a card trap device has already been installed in the ATM's slot, a thin sleeve that holds your card inside the machine after you insert it. Your transaction fails. You assume the machine is broken and walk away. The scammer retrieves your trapped card, already knowing your PIN, and has everything they need. Always shield the keypad with your other hand when entering your PIN, even when no one appears to be watching. Make it a reflex, and if your card does not return from a machine, do not walk away. Call your bank immediately to freeze the card before it can be used. ATMs inside bank branches during business hours are significantly harder to tamper with than standalone outdoor machines at night. That distinction is worth factoring into your habits. That scam is physical and in person. Scam number 3 happens entirely online, and it specifically targets the behavior most people use to stay safe: shopping carefully, reading listings, and looking for a reasonable price. Number 3. The fake online store scam. You find a website selling something you want at a price that seems reasonable. The site looks professional: product photos, shopping cart, a return policy, customer reviews. You enter your debit card details and check out. Then one of 3 things happens. The item never arrives and the site goes dark. A cheap knockoff shows up that looks nothing like what was advertised. Or nothing happens at all because the website existed purely to harvest card numbers that are now being sold elsewhere. Fake stores are quick to build and easy to make look legitimate. Scammers use free website templates, stolen product photos, and loosely vetted payment processors. The whole thing can be operational in a day. Before entering your card number on any unfamiliar site, search the website name with the word scam and see what comes up. Check when the domain was registered. A brand new domain selling high-demand products at suspiciously low prices is a serious warning sign. Also look for a real phone number on the contact page and call it. Fake stores usually list nothing or a number that belongs to a completely different business. Pay with a credit card rather than a debit card for purchases from unfamiliar websites. Credit cards come with dispute protections that debit cards simply do not match. Once debit card money moves to a fake merchant, recovery is extremely difficult. Also look for trust signals that are hard to fake: an actual physical address on the About page, a published returns policy with specific timeframes, and reviews on third-party platforms rather than just on the site itself. A store that only shows glowing 5-star reviews on its own website with no presence anywhere else is giving you very little to trust. Drop a comment below and tell us which scam on this list surprised you most. We read every comment and use them to decide what to cover next. That scam builds a whole fake store. Scam number 2 is more passive. It steals your card data silently without you doing anything wrong, just by being near you in a crowded space. Number 2, the RFID skimming scam. Most modern debit cards have a small symbol that looks like a sideways Wi-Fi icon. That means the card uses RFID technology. It can tap to pay at compatible terminals without inserting or swiping. RFID skimming devices can read card data wirelessly without any physical contact, just by being within a few inches of your wallet. In crowded spaces, a packed bus, a tight checkout line, an elevator, someone carrying a concealed reader could capture your card data without ever touching you. In practice, Most contactless cards now generate a unique transaction code for each tap, which limits how useful the skimmed data is for in-person fraud. However, the data can still be used for fraudulent online purchases at merchants that do not require the card's security code, and the technique continues to evolve. RFID blocking wallets are inexpensive and widely available. They use a thin layer of metallic shielding that prevents radio waves from reaching your cards while stored. If you frequently move through crowded public spaces, a blocking wallet or sleeve is a straightforward and cheap layer of protection that takes zero effort to use. An even simpler option: keep your RFID-enabled debit card in a separate compartment of your wallet or wrapped in a single layer of aluminum foil which blocks the signal effectively. It sounds absurd, but it works. You can also request a non-contactless replacement card from your bank if you would rather eliminate the technology entirely rather than manage it. RFID skimming steals your data silently. The number one scam on this list steals your money loudly, with your full cooperation, and it is currently one of the most widely reported debit card frauds targeting seniors in the country. Number 1. The utility shutoff scam. You receive a call, text, or email saying your electricity is about to be disconnected. The notice appears to come from your power company. The shutoff is scheduled for today, sometimes within the hour. The solution is simple. Make a payment immediately. Purchase a prepaid debit card, load a specific amount, and call back with the numbers. Or click a link to pay online. Or a technician is already on his way and can collect payment at your door. Seniors are the primary target for two specific reasons. First, many are on fixed incomes where losing heat or electricity is a genuinely serious threat that overrides rational thinking. Second, anyone who has faced a past payment difficulty will find the threat of a shutoff plausible rather than obviously fake. The urgency is the entire mechanism. Scammers give you minutes, not hours. They want you moving before you think, before you call a family member, before you look anything up. A shutoff in 60 minutes does not leave room for calm decision-making. That is deliberate. Real utility companies do not demand same-day payment via prepaid card. They do not send technicians to collect cash at your door. Real disconnection processes involve multiple written notices over weeks and offer payment plans through official channels. If you receive this call, hang up and call your utility company back using the number on your actual paper bill, not a number the caller provided. If there is a real balance issue, the utility will confirm it and work with you through proper channels. Prepaid debit cards are the preferred payment vehicle in this scam because they are purchased with cash, the numbers are transferred over the phone, and the balance is drained instantly. There is no merchant to dispute, no transaction to reverse, and no trail to follow. The money is gone the moment the scammer reads the numbers back. The thread connecting every scam on this list is the same: manufactured urgency, an authority figure you did not initiate contact with, and a payment method specifically chosen because it cannot be undone. Gift cards, prepaid cards, wire transfers, peer-to-peer apps, they all share that one feature. Once the money moves through any of those channels, recovery is somewhere between very difficult and impossible. When you feel rushed, when someone you cannot independently verify is asking you to move money quickly, and when the payment method is anything other than a normal transaction with a party you already know, stop. Those three things appearing together is the scam identifying itself. Slow down, hang up, and make your next call on your terms using a number you already trust. Here's our final advice. Slow down. Call back on numbers you already have. Never move money under time pressure. Those three habits will stop most of what is on this list cold. Click the video on your left. It covers more financial scams specifically targeting seniors that are spreading right now, and you will want to know about them. I'll see you there.